after the rest. I think our only option is to head up the stairwell over here.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Gonna
Yep.
be a bit tricky though.
Shit. I am now a normal human.
Human.
The winding staircase takes you upwards in a circle until you arrive at the top. In front of you is basically a T section. There's one tunnel goes off to the left and one to the right. From the tunnel to the right, you hear a familiar rush of water.
Well, let's try and go to the right then.
Sounds like a plan.
Please, next time you see a hole, don't make me jump after you.
Appreciate you coming down.
Oh, you're welcome.
I didn't jump, I was grabbed.
So from where
Same.
you are, basically the other side of the room, you continue following the directions until you reach a door set into a brick wall. This wall, similar to this large sewer drain you were at, looks old and weathered. The door itself appears to be stone.
Stone.
It's stone.
I will try to open it.
You just push.
Yes.
The door won't budge.
I push harder!
Pull.
Give me a strength check.
It's literally just a pull door, and she's just pushing.
That's one!
Natural one. Oh, man.
You lean against this door, pushing, and it just won't budge.
Might I
I'll
take
try
a
it.
look at the door?
Alright. I'll back away from the door.
Does it look like it has a lock on it?
No. The only thing
Okay.
you see on the door is an iron ring.
Pull the ring.
Like an old door knocker.
Oh.
Can I look it over for any sort of trap or anything like that?
Give me an investigation roll.
And from behind you can just hear, pull it already.
That wasn't good.
Does it meet a 15?
Yeah.
You see that at the edge of the door frame, chiseled lightly into the heavy stone blocks, is some sort of runic script. Possibly a magical trap.
There might be a trap on this door.
You have the tools to get rid of it.
Let me see at least what type of magic it might be. That might give me a better idea. I'm gonna have to take 10 minutes to ritually cast detect magic.
There is a charge of poison fog that will trigger if the door is opened without its spoken command word. And yes, it is a pull door.
Right.
Well, I guess I'm lucky.
So
Can
it's
we
going to
just
be a
put some cloth in
burst
front
of-
of our faces and just walk through?
I could summon Freddy.
That
to,
might
to
work.
pull it.
If we get far enough away from the door.
Who's Freddy again?
Oh, the unseen servant, sorry.
Oh, that guy. I didn't know it had a name.
It changes every time I say it.
You get used to it after a while.
Oh, it's quite handy, it seems.
By the by, let me actually make this visible.
We also have a robot we can always send forward.
That true?
Who also has a name.
Yeah, as a player, actually, I always fear I butcher their name, so I try to avoid it. Is it
Here,
just Kieran?
Here, I'll do this. It's Kieran.
Kieran, okay.
I'll do this.
Because when I first see it, I always want to say Siren or something like that, but it's
Here.
Kieran.
Does that help?
Oh yeah, perfect. Love it.
Kieran.
This is the door.
It's like She-Ra.
She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. For the Anna.
Okay, enough.
It's enough.
That's enough.
So, which way are we coming from here?
You came from here, but well, you could basically standing in front of the door.
Yeah, but
We're
like,
forced
which
to
is
stand
the
here, though.
the stairs down?
We
I
must
mean.
stand here.
We have to stand here.
Which way are the stairs down?
I can move.
Oh.
For free.
I don't know why I locked you guys. I'm sorry.
Which way is the stairs down?
The stairs?
That's way back here.
Oh, we
That's
came
way
from.
back. You followed the instructions from the top of the stairs since. it
No,
was basically
like the
just
stairs that
leading-
lead down to the room where the where we fought.
Yes.
Yeah, way back here.
So
Okay.
the stairs were somewhere here, blah, 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 blah,
Hmm.
and they took you to this hallway, where you knew that this room was on your left.
So then we could go back to
So then you
Polythreme.
followed your directions wherever you took them, which
Mhm.
was quite a bit before arriving here.
Yeah, what? Which
Far
from
away.
these three directions? This
This
one.
The
one.
bottom one.
Okay, this is what I was trying to find out. Okay.
Oh, we could step back and let Freddy open the door. See if that works.
Alright.
Oh, sure, just a couple
See
minutes.
around the corner a bit.
It just takes me a couple minutes to, do the ritual to summon him.
Obviously.
But I do that, and then he can walk around the corner and try to pull. I think it's like 60. We can be 60 feet away, or I can be 60 feet away from him.
How far do you stand around the corner?
It's far back.
Okay.
Whatever 60 feet is, yeah.
As far as
Is
possible.
Freddy blah, 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 affected by spells?
Yeah, it's AC 10, 1 hit point, 2 strength.
As soon as it opens the door, Freddy is gone.
Yep.
And you see this massive cloud of poison fog continue outwards. It goes around this span basically for 20 feet. And you recognize the spell. It's basically a cloud kill that just continues rolling down corridor into this direction.
A cloud kill?
The spell cloud kill.
Brutal.
And then it is
Never
gone.
heard of it.
It's a 5th level spell.
It's not fun.
That would have been rather horrible.
Does 5d8 poison him.
Mm.
Well,
Pretty big.
You can't
stays
hold your
for a
breath
while,
against it.
moving.
Doesn't matter if you're holding your breath. It's just
it boils your skin.
Is the door cracked open?
Yeah.
Alright.
Continue opening it the rest of the way.
Duration up to 10 minutes. Oh god.
It's horrible.
Okay.
Hey, Alawan,
Mm-hmm.
guess what kind of demon has cloud kill once a day?
The one you tamed.
It's a Mesloth.
Not really tamed, but you know what I mean.
I know its name. As
No.
soon as the door creaks open, the musty foulness inside wafts towards you. This big room is cold and dark. An acidic odor underlies the atmosphere, like the smell of an etcher's shop. Among the skittering of rats and the wind echoing through the tunnels like an ancient organ, you hear something deeper within this room. Something akin to labored breathing, low and rumbling.
Okay, I'm ignoring the note then.
On the table are those potions.
They seem to contain some sort of stuff. They are certainly flasks.
I'm gonna quietly... Oh. And the milk.
As soon as you round the corner, you hear the sniffing and then squealing and something pushing against the prison bars of its cell. Inside is a grotesque boar. Most of its teeth and tusks have grown longer than they look that they should have. Its eyes are almost grown over by its many teeth. Give me a perception roll.
Okay. This is just based on sight. Uh, 23.
You notice that despite its right leg apparently gone, it's still standing on it. Instead of its leg, there are swirls of blackened dust and small particles that look like ash. To your immediate right, there is a large pedestal. It almost looks like some sort of work table. Blackened liquid has seeped into the stone on it. And right next to it, a large metal container that thrums with magical energy. To the left of the cage is another interesting apparatus. It is pointed directly at the cage, one of its lamps glowing, the other two not.
Is this a note here on the table, Piper?
The note on the table is dusty, and it's scribbled quite wildly. It seems like some sort of recipe, but the words on it, the ingredients, are unfamiliar to you.
Does it look like Estavel's handwriting?
Do you know Esteva's handwriting?
From the notes that we've had from her lab?
It definitely does look like Esteva's handwriting.
I wanna take one of those vials in my hand and check if there's anything interesting to see.
Give me an investigation roll.
Ugh. Investigation. I have a strong 0 there. No, 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 no. was so close to a natural 20. It's just an 8.
These potions look somewhat familiar to the ones you've seen back at the manor. Like the ones that were being cooked straight out of ingredients. Perhaps even ones that Isterville asked for, similar to the ones that were in her study at the mansion.
I want to grab all of them and take them with me.
Sure.
We can check them later on, I guess.
I'm checking these papers.
Among the papers, you find research notes, general formula, and Easterville's journal.
Her journal? I'm reading through that. Oh, that's a lot. It's cursive. I can't read this.
3 of them.
I can't read cursive.
You can't. What do you mean? How can
Struggle!
how-
It's so hard to read.
It's not actually cursive.
Okay, it's not. Hold on.
There's 3 pages. There's 6 pages, by the way. Just so you know, everyone's.
I'm reading it in my hand.
Yeah.
Unless I should
Go ahead.
read out
Take your
loud.
time.
Someone's red hand is in the way.
Press
Sorry.
Alt. Just press Alt.
Yeah, just
When
press
you
Alt and
hover
can
over
read
it, just press Alt.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna go pee while you guys read.
Mm-hmm.
Do we already know who Brago is?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome away. I'll keep looking around to see if there's any notes on her work. Any... I know that I have the list of ingredients here for that I'm not sure
There's
about.
a large amount of books on a bookshelf. A large tank, or what looks like a heater. You can't quite identify what it is for. But as you rummage around, give me an investigation roll.
Mm-hmm. Uh, 26.
26. Okay. You find numerous books, most of which seem to be about research directly related to the blight. As you open one or two of them, inside is a large stamp which reads Polythreme Archives for authorized eyes only. Most of them you can't really understand these notes. But give me a 1d100.
41.
Where did I put that? Yep. 41. Give me another 1d100.
9.
Tucked away somewhere behind a couple of books, you find a potion of swirling red.
Okay. It looks like she was doing research on the blight. Find anything, Catherine?
I will. Where are you? You're over there.
Follow you.
I'm just gonna stare at the box, but I'm holding out the journal to you.
I will take the journal and start looking through it, which I've already read, but...
I'm watching the pig, but I kind of glance back at Catherine.
Just staring at the box.
I'm gonna check these, I don't know, bottles or whatever this is.
There's numerous bottles there, all of them containing some sort of liquid.
Boring.
What's wrong with that thing?
You see that it's currently gnawing at the bars, which seems to have little effect. But as soon as Soleil steps closer again, closer to the light of that little lamp, it starts grunting again, pushing its hoof into the ground, almost as if it wants to charge Soleil.
Does this machine have some kind of button or lever or?
Oh no.
Give me an investigation roll.
Natural 1.
No buttons.
There's, I mean, there's a lot of bolts that look like buttons. You kind of turn it around a little. It seems to be on a swivel. It seems to be turnable very easily, even. You can't quite see what this machine is for in the first place.
Boring. Move away. I'm gonna walk over and I guess read this book now too.
This is very interesting.
Huh.
But you have the book.
Thank you.
So whatever's in this little black box is the blight.
The what? So what?
Or more specifically,
blight.
whatever the cursed blood is.
Some form of the blight that she was able to contain in a box. And use on our dear fellow over there, Brago, it looks like.
So the cleanses were actually like right?
In the sense that they're always trying to destroy the blight, I suppose, but what she's doing here is looking for something much greater than that.
Immortality.
Immortality. And maybe only the beginning stages of it, but
If immortality ends up being like this and he points at Brago, I don't want it.
it's one step. Every great leap in technology and invention and discovery has to start somewhere.
I suppose, but well, I can see how it would get her killed as well, I guess.
It seems like Ront may know something.
Sounds like he lost his arm to the blight. From her notes in her journal.
And he seems to be the one who slaughtered a blight blood.
Probably
And it seems
more of a
like
personal issue.
and it seems like that this blight blood was the one that caused the killings in the tower. The story that no one wanted to told us details about.
How big is this box?
It's about 3 by 3 feet.
That's
How
pretty
heavy
big.
is it?
Quite heavy. It seems to be made out of metal.
Oh yeah, the three
metal at
different
that.
ores.
There's no
Is there
handle
any-
on it, is there?
Well, there is a handle where you would open the lid.
Hmm.
Or are there any other notes? Any clues as to how she went about her process?
Well,
What steps she took?
I believe there's formulas on the table over there.
I go take a look at formulas.
The
I mean,
formulas
she-
seem to be largely chemical, but none of them seem to allude anything to the use of blood or the actual cursed blood, unless it is somehow hidden within the formula of regular ingredients.
I'm gonna take the notes for later.
So
This is big.
I mean, if we could find out where she was going with it, and continue with the natural steps and finish her work.
Finish like. Why though?
And I feel like without a humanoid
Shit,
experiment, it's gonna be hard
Yeah.
to.
I'm gonna change
To
my
finish
cloak
it.
into like a, I don't know, something that's big and billowy.
I mean, immortality. The potential for that. To completely defeat death.
Yeah, the only thing I feel like is just knowing this. Just finding out about this might make every single faction in Polythreme our enemy if they find out. Because everyone wants to get their hands on that. I can assure you that. If it's
So-
for good or bad reasons.
Finish out the process and figure out the cure, and then once it's usable by humanoids, but then you could distribute it to everyone.
That's not really how the world works, though.
Well, anyone who wants it.
More like anyone who's got the power to
And
have
the
it.
money.
Or the money, yes.
Well,
So wait, it takes what's in this box?
This is the third key.
Right.
So
It's a
obviously
combination
there's
of
not that
three
much of it.
persons. Well, there's plenty of light out there.
I think the blight and this cursed blood is two different things.
But there are probably gonna be more cursed bloods out there.
Is there a lock on this box?
Give me an investigation roll.
Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. $24.
It appears that there's no physical lock on the door on this box. But from the inscriptions in a circle just underneath the lid, it would appear that there is a magical arcane lock on the box.
The blight creates the cursed blood somehow. Perfect. Perfect.
Let's just give it to Reginald. Reginald, we got you an ice box. Does anything happen if I run my finger over that little...
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, first of all, we definitely should keep this a secret.
I think we need to talk to Robert.
Sounds like it.
But I don't think we should leave this here.
Is there a set of keys over here?
Yeah.
I'll pick those up. Does it look like there's... Oh, making over here, not getting too close, but does it look like there's maybe a matching lock on this
Yes.
set of keys?
It does look like it.
You really want to free Braga?
No, I wasn't gonna free. I wasn't gonna free you. I just was trying to making sure that that's what it looks like the
Okay.
keys were for.
I'm gonna. Huh?
I mean, there's so much down here. We'd have to try and pick apart and understand the machines, the mechanics, and the complexity of it all. I mean,
I just mean this box.
oh, right. Well, yes, but you need the rest of the pieces too to be able to finish it all. And I'm gonna start trying to look at this machine and understand what's going on with it.
And we also have to make it look like we burned the place down afterwards because of the church.
Right.
We'll never find it anyways.
I mean, they send us down here exactly telling us the way to go.
Yeah, not.
But then why
not
didn't they
really
come?
the- There's
What?
there's somebody else, the circle or there's somebody who knows about this.
Well, I'm gonna start like take off my cloak, put the box in it, and like kind of use it as a sack.
Okay. It is still quite heavy, but you could probably carry it.
Yeah, just like sling it over her shoulder.
I'm going to try and examine this
Give
machine.
me an intelligence roll. Straight up intelligence.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. No! It's a 7. It's so bad.
Oof.
Mm,
It kind of reminds you of
I mean,
a distiller.
okay.
It appears to be for some sort of chemical components, but you don't quite make the connection. But a machine like this is probably easy to recover or buy a new one. Doesn't seem to be any sort of dedicated equipment for this specific.
I'm gonna try and take down as many notes as I can about like the measurements or the essential build of it, so that I could easily explain it to somebody else if I needed to recreate it, even if I can't understand the
Mhm.
purpose of it. I don't know how long these guys are just gonna stand around and let me fiddle with things, because I will continue to. But if I get a general idea that I've gotten as much as I can from this machine, then I'd probably move over to do the same to this machine.
Okay, give me an investigation roll on that machine and then an arcanum.
This game hates me. That's only going to be an 11 for an investigation, and Arcana is going to be a 19.
Just by running your fingers along it, you can immediately tell that it holds an incredible charge of magical energy, but also that it could hold much, much more. You also actually do find a button. There are inscriptions along this machine. There is definitely some sort of spell stored in here, but which kind you cannot tell.
Then as long as no one's rushing me out the door trying to set the room on fire, I'm gonna try and ritually cast Identify on it.
Oh yeah, you do have that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Catherine,
Yes?
what do you think we do with this? I mean, it sounds like she succeeded, which is, or to an extent, more than we expected.
I do not know. I don't know where to safely put this. I just don't know if we should leave it here after we got in and kind of removed the door trap
Right.
and opened the door.
But knowledge like this, that even that it exists, I mean, that's, like the other said, enough to start a war over.
I think she had her heart in the right place, but I don't know. I don't know. This is all very much to take in. On the other note, it does sound like Runecasters are perhaps the killer. Or just whoever she's working for.
Maybe.
The circle.
Like you said, it sounds like Ron probably knows a lot more.
Maybe she didn't get to him yet, though.
Or she did, and that's somewhat what I fear. And by did, I mean, approached him with it or something.
The journal said that she had some preparations to make in the manor before going to Ront.
Quite true.
And
If it was Lunecaster that confronted her, that would certainly make sense then. Why Lunecaster was then taken in turn for any knowledge that she might have, with how valuable it might be.
do you think?
I don't know necessarily that Lunecaster would help anyone else intentionally at all, but clearly someone thinks she's valuable as well.
And if Lancaster knows that Istavil has finished her research,
Whoever has her will likely know soon if they don't already.
and then we might have a problem on our hands here. A huge one.
Indeed.
Hmm.
We don't know where to put this thing safely.
Mm-hmm.
We did just fall down a very deep hole.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be the worst place to hide it, that only we would know about it, rather than trying to drag it back up to the top.
Yeah. Maybe in this ruin thingy that we saw down there, like somewhere in between the rocks.
Yeah. Then we can, burn this place and...
Yeah.
Well, apparently we can't kill that thing, is what you were implying. Was that right?
What's in the box, you mean?
Yeah, the
Brago.
Brago.
Oh. It seems like... Well, I don't... Is that Brago?
Yes.
Or
At
is that
least
just a pig?
I'm pretty sure it's Brago, but can be
I
wrong
feel
about
like the
that.
way the journal is worded, that's
Evelyn.
not Brago.
The machine holds charges of a spell. They can all be released at once, or one at a time. There's currently one charge left on it, and it is the spell Disintegrate.
Because the text says Brago, blah blah blah, forbids its
Yes.
death. Its death. So Brago is an it. So it's a big chance it's not a person but an animal.
But only bouts of intense feral. I don't know.
I mean, it refers to him as a pig, so yeah, it makes sense.
I'm not. I don't know the science side of things.
If there were any more notes that she would have had, where do you think they might have been? She had said that she'd broken them into 3 parts.
Where does it say that?
Oh, that was back in her journal that we found in the in her home.
Was that
the
in the
chest.
secret room or?
I believe so. Yes. So she said that she broken her research into 3 parts. I'm not sure if that's the parts that were in the secret room, the ones that were in her lab, and the ones down here, or if there's another location.
Could that just be referring to the 3 different blood curses, though?
No, she was saying that she had hidden them in 3 different parts so that they would be harder to find.
I can't think of anywhere she might
So
hide
maybe
anything.
there's this list of ingredients, we have no clue what it's about. Maybe we should take it with us. Maybe that's like one part of it.
Right.
And we did
Well,
find
we
that
have
other list, right?
the notes from before. We have the notes here now, in both of her journals. We could take back some of the books here. And I might be able to piece it together,
Wait,
Sounds like
given some time.
hang on. I need to go look more closely at Braga.
As soon as you step close to the cage again, the grunting grows more towards a growl again.
I tried to do my best to play something calming so I can get a better look, get a little closer.
You get as close as its tusk reach through the bars. But any closer you do not dare, because he still sort of occasionally juts against
Right.
the bars, trying to possibly impale you.
Looking more closely at this part that seems to be disintegrating, does it look at all similar to the way that Istavil's hand looked?
No, where Istavil was largely mummified and shriveled, this looks more like a glass container that contains dust that swirls about.
Okay.
She said this
Almost
was
as
her.
if its leg was invisible. Every time he bounces forwards trying to hit you, he clearly steps on this foot that isn't there. The foot leaves a mark in the dust on the ground and displaces it. It's as if it was there and at the same time not.
She did say that this was her success, correct?
Yes.
Then it shouldn't be able to die, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hit the button.
In a 10-foot cube inside the cell, Brago is disintegrated. For a moment. But as soon as this creature just, under this flash of light, turns into a cloud of ash, the ash begins to reassemble and return.
Oh boy.
At this point, it looks like Brago isn't fully there, not corporeal. But the bits of ash and blackened dust return to their original place, swirling about and creating almost like a dust phantom, the form of a pig. There is more dust around that slowly and slowly begins to return and gather.
Said he was a success and a failure.
The grunting is still there, and you still hear and see it stepping, and the force of its impact against the cage.
So the only reason it was a failure was because it had no soul, as it was an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like either way we need to go see Ront.
Indeed.
The last lamp of this machine, by the way, goes
Goes
out.
out. Looking at these vials, or the bottles over here, can I tell what's in them at a glance?
It looks like different sort of liquids, similar to the potion bottles at the entrance. It's hard to identify, possibly chemical components.
I'm going to take one off, take a bottle out and remove the cork for a moment to see if I can't figure out, holding it a bit away, but just try and figure out what it is from maybe smell or sight or anything like that.
You are hit immediately with a smell of refined plants. You've smelled this before at various alchemists. Basically, a potion in its prototype form before it is completed to be magically imbued. It's definitely a alchemical mixture. But what sort of purpose it serves is indistinguishable.
If I open up a second one, does it seem like the same thing or different?
It smells different. Similar to the first, but there are subtle differences.
Okay. Right, I guess we can take whatever notes and books we can.
So we do have a problem. We can destroy all evidence but one.
As you deliberate, I would say that we end the session here,
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
which leaves you time to think about what you've learned and what your characters would do next. Save.
That sounds fair. Oh,
Hmm.
Let's just send Brago to another plane of existence.
mm-hmm.
Oof. And thank you guys